Versatility Podcast.
Realize you're about to graduate, you're gonna get that degree. What was the feeling when you woke up that morning like, I'm done with this, like I'm about to walk the stage?
It felt good, it felt really good. It was like, wow, I'm the first on my dad's side of the family to graduate college. So, yeah, it was a great feeling. I enjoyed that, and man, I will say it was bittersweet because I was gonna miss my friends. I don't know if I'd ever see them again. So yeah, it was a bittersweet feeling.
I understand. So let's go and get to the career path of, I know you got the WSWG, you rep the CBS gang and all that, but what was your first career path when you first graduated college?
So silly old me thinking I was gonna get right into New York after graduating college, but I got a big awakening. I got that humble awakening where it was like, you're not gonna make it to where you think you're gonna make it. I had to start at a local newspaper that paid me like $30 a story. And then from there, writing about politics, by the way.
Oh, wow.
And then from there, I went to another local newspaper where I was kind of trying to fit into the sports scene. I was like, hey, I'm good at sports. Let me write for sports. He's like, oh, we already got a sports guy. You're good. And they used to pay me like $60 an article. And then I got to the real, place, the Palm Beach Post. Shout out to the Palm Beach Post. They let me just go crazy. I was only a freelancer, but I got to write sports stories, like no news, no politics, no nothing. It was all sports, and that's where I really felt, at home. That's when you ever realize like, this is what I know I want to be doing.
Right.
It was in that moment where I was like, okay, this is for me. I know that this is my career.
I would have never knew that you wrote How was it writing actual just politics?
God, I hated it. It was so bad. Like, I didn't know anything. I didn't know what to write, how to write. Like, it was like, what do you want me to do, But I'm just glad it didn't last as long as it did.
For sure. So when you got to West Palm, is that where you found your personality of like how you are now, or when did you find your personality, how you are?
Shout out to Jim Barry. That is my mentor. He works over at CBS 4 in Miami. And I had applied to work at that station. I reached out to him, and I sent him my reel and stuff. He's like, Reese, I'm gonna give you a call. We're already good on sports reporters, but let me just talk to you real quick.
Right.
And he was like, man, your reel sucks, pretty much. He gave me that father son type of talk, and was just like, find yourself. I know you can be better than what you presented me. Right. And I spent an entire year just like me and my iPhone going out to like different events. I went to Jacksonville to cover a Cardinals game. I went to Orlando to cover a Magic game. I was just doing stand up, just like trying to figure out who I am, what my voice could be, what my personality could be. And it was right there in front of my face, It was like, I'm me, nobody else can be Reese Furlow. So it's just like, just be Reese Furlow. And that's what he showed me.
That's what's up for real.
Yeah.
So how did you get on here at CBS 44?
I don't think I'm allowed to say it, but let's just say thanks to Jim, he had an agent that I could not afford, and he was just really nice. He was like, hey, this company has an ad out for a sports reporter, so just reach out to the news director at the time. And he called me like as soon as I sent that email. I was like, hey, y'all hiring? And he was like, dude, yeah, come on, right now, we need you, get over here. And I was just like, okay. He knows who I'm talking about. Yeah, ever since then, I've been working my way in.
So your first day you walk in here and you had a news station, it's an official job. Like, how was the feeling when you walked in here the first day?
Well, we weren't in this studio, so it was like
the one in Albany, or was it still?
It was the one over on 7th Street. We were over on 7th Street. It was pretty much like a box, like a closet. It wasn't an actual studio, but it made do. We did what we had to do, and this is where we ended up.
One of my favorite things that you do, like when you first start your story, you walk into the screen when you start in your stories. When did that start?
when I got that big old TV right there is when it started. I actually used to share the green screen with our meteorologist, Matthew Crumley.
Shout out to Matthew.
Shout out to Matthew. You know, I know how much he hated sharing that green screen with me, but no, I was over on the green screen for a little bit, and I used to just stand there on the camera. But I brought it over with me to when I got this big old TV, and I don't know. It was never like I should just walk into camera kind of thing. It was just more like let's just do it, you know? Like, I don't know, it never dawned on me, and I never thought about it, it just happened, kind of thing.
So, what is a typical day for sports director Reese Furlow?
Waking up, going to the gym, coming to the office.
Maybe a phone call from Rodney to get on your nerves throughout the day or something?
Yeah, I'm blocked, deny. Like, why is he calling me? No, I come into the office, you know, I'm one of those people that needs to plan ahead. Right. So I'll, like the night before, I'm always putting my scripts together, always putting my stories together so that when I come in here, all I got to do is just put it in and, you know, give it to these guys and just roll with it. Start, you know, learning my script and making any changes that I need to make. But after that, we do the show, go get lunch, come back, mess around for a little bit, you know, tweak my scripts, do the 6 o'clock show, go home and get ready to see, you know, like check in on the games because a lot of games start at, you know, 7, 8 o'clock. So I'll just wait for those games to end and then I'll start getting in on my scripts.
I got a personal question from, I'm gonna just say it's me. Why do you be reporting on these Braves losing, you be so excited?
Up 3-0, but the Red Sox are going to enter back in the bottom of the inning with a home run of their own to make it 3-1, followed by 3 more runs crossing the plate in the 7th inning to put Boston up 4-3. Former Brave Adam Duvall is going to add 1 more run for the Red Sox.
You be so excited when we lose these games.
Well, you know I'm a Mets fan, Rodney, so anytime, I mean, you know, the Mets suck, and I'll never forget when I ran into it was a Yankees fan in New York, and it was a Yankees-Mets game, Subway Series,
right.
And he was like, man, you know what Mets stands for? And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, my entire team sucks. Bruh. And ever since then, I was just like, all right, well, you know what? He's kind of right. I can't be mad about it, but, man, why did it come from you, you know? So
right.
Anytime I can rash on the Braves because, you know, obviously they are NL East rivals because the Braves are always winning, you know? It's like, you share some love.
No, we're not sharing no love.
Share some love.
Now, but seriously, have you met any Mets fans here who you kind of, you know, like, you know, maybe in passing, maybe somebody watched the show, like, have you met any Mets fans? I know you're in South Georgia, so.
Yeah, everybody here is a Braves fan. Every time I go to Walmart, it's like, how about them Braves? And it's just like, man, like, yeah, how about them Braves? But thankfully, our reporter, Brian Roche, is also a Mets fan, so at least I have some sort of connection.
Okay, so let's go to football right quick, because I know you're not this bird, which is my Falcon. I know you understand you like another bird team. Are you going to say I'm going to let you introduce them. What is your favorite football team?
It would be the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals are my favorite football team, unfortunately.
Okay, how did that come about?
Well, back in middle school, it's no like crazy story. It's just one of those things where it's just like back in middle school, I didn't watch football. I was all baseball. So up until then, I was sitting down one day with my dad. We were back home in Florida, and it was a Arizona Cardinals versus Dallas Cowboys game in 2008. I don't know when.
Go Cardinals that game.
Go Cardinals that game. So I was just like, you know what? Whoever wins this game, I'm going to be a fan of that team for the rest of my life.
Gotcha.
Thankfully, it wasn't the Cowboys that won that game because I'd be the most hated man on the planet. But, you know, the Cardinals had their ups and downs. Thankfully, that year they went to the Super Bowl, so it didn't seem like I made a wrong choice, but 10 years later, it started to dwell on me.
This is my last sports question. I'm going to get back to the sports directing side. Which team do you think is going to win a championship first? Is it going to be the Mets or is it going to be the Cards?